Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel. Now, full disclosure, it is nearly approaching witching hour at the time that I'm filming this, and I just couldn't get myself to shut down. This reading came on a very spur of the moment. It kind of reminded me of how I used to read when I first started this channel, in that I would choose my topics based off of what was lingering in my mind and what was keeping me up at night. And for some reason, this topic would not let me rest. I felt like I had to get started on this video, and so here we are. We're asking Spirit today, what is the truth about this person and how do they see you? I'm hoping that this reading will help illuminate things from their perspective. We're basically getting a full POV of the connection from this person's side of things, as well as from an objective point of view. Spirit is going to be showing us the truth about this person, the unfiltered truth, the truth without the rose-tinted glasses, without the romanticized imagery, them at their core, the sides that they may be trying to hide from you, the sides that they may not have shown you yet, because this could be a new situation. And so this reading is aimed at being helpful for anybody who really needs that objective perspective, because they're trying to ascertain where they stand in a pre-existing situation, in a new situation, or in a confusing situation. This reading is aimed at offering you as much information as possible so that you can understand exactly where you stand and then how you want to proceed moving forward. So I do hope that this reading is helpful for you. I hope that this finds you at the right time, and I hope that the messages do help bring you back onto whatever path you may feel currently confused on or away from. My goal is just to get you back into your truth. I hope I'm not rambling too much. It is quite late. There's a difference between me filming in the mornings and in the nights. So let's get into it, my sweet souls. Without further ado, I want to introduce these three groups to you. Starting from the left over here, we have group one. And group one, in today's reading, you have this beautiful heart. It is a jasper heart. I don't know what type of jasper. I know that it's more common in South America, and it did cost me 14 Australian dollars. I still have the sticker on there. A lot of my crystals that I'll be using today are new, and I bought them based off of their energy. So let me tell you a little bit about group one's energy based on what I can feel. This energy is stable, it's consistent, it's grounded. It feels like it's been weathered by water, and it also feels like it has withstood a lot of pressure, a lot of changeable energy. This is that consistent mentor energy, in terms of, if I was going to make this crystal a person, this is that one reliable older person who you can turn to for information. This is that character on a TV show who sits in the diner and just doesn't change their outfits season after season. I'm talking about New Girls. And this definitely feels like that kind of energy that you can turn to for support. It's a beautiful, grounded energy, and the black in it also feels very protecting. Now, if just seeing the crystal itself isn't helpful enough to help you decide whether this is your group or not, I do also want to show you your card. You have the Vapor Trail card. So if you feel drawn to the crystal or the card, you will be a part of group one's reading. And I'm going to put it back down over there. Group two, you guys have this beautiful agate crystal. And it was a special kind of agate, but I just got it because I was so impressed with the coloring. It cost me $18, as you can see. I know I should have peeled them off, but I'm not a perfectionist. I got these crystals because of their energy, not because of how they look. And I know I can get that energy without having to fuss over whether they have a sticker on them or not. So group two, let me talk about this energy. The energy of this crystal is very warm. It's very if I had to align it with the chakra, it's the sacral moving into the Manipura. So it feels like it has a lot of push. It has a lot of motivation behind it. It has a strong sense of that solar plexus determination, but in the form of an ally, not in a form of us needing to do this and needing to do that. It's in the form of an ally saying, hey, guess what? You got this. You can do this. I believe in you. It's a beautiful energy, and I couldn't wait to have it in my collection. If I had to liken that to a character, it would be that best friend that is willing to take the L in TV show episodes so that the main character can live their best moment. And it makes me think of Hannah Montana's best friend specifically in the Disney shows. So if that isn't enough, let me show you what your Cosmos Oracle card is. My group 2s got Stratosphere. Whether you are someone who's interested in science or whether you don't know at all what this card means, I hope it does show you enough to maybe pull you in. If you feel drawn to this card or this crystal, you'll be a part of group 2's reading. Next, I want to show you group 3. This is a very long pick a group portion, but I really want you to understand the energies that I'm feeling, and I promise I'm sober. I'm not off my face. I'm just very passionate about these rocks. So this is a crystal that was formed over time and collected after we can see many different strata, these layers of minerals, of iron, of history. Ultimately, this crystal appealed to me because it is visually capturing history. Each layer represents a different moment in time in which significant events would have happened in that area that it was excavated and sealed. And so this is the kind of thing that forms over time and pressure. And you can even see a little fissure running through it. I don't know if you can see that black line, that black crack. Now, the energy of this crystal is one that is constantly regenerating, having to re-heal and reassess and reinvent. This is a crystal that never quite perfects itself, but it is never going to give up. It is always going to keep moving forward. It is the kind of crystal that gives second chances. It is the kind of energy that really inspires me to keep learning and to be a student and to not get too stuck and worried about why things aren't working out the way that I want it to. This is the kind of crystal that really humbles your ego and encourages you to be a human and to make mistakes. It's that kind of crystal that would be the kind of the voice of God in a TV show, that would intervene to remind us that the process and the journey is all part of the outcome, arguably more important than the outcome. And if that isn't enough, group 3's card from the Cosmos Oracle is the Supernova card. So if you feel drawn to this card or that crystal, you'll be a part of group 3's reading. Now, if you need more time selecting a group, pause the video now to give yourself more time. I will be doing a quick meditation as well. If you want to join me in that meditation, it will be playing right after this clip. That meditation is aimed at grounding you, connecting you to your higher self, your spiritual team, so that you can intuitively prepare for the reading, but also maybe tune in to which of these 3 groups you are feeling most drawn to. So the meditation is ultimately twofold. It can be helpful in calming your energy, and it can also be helpful in making sure that you have intuitively selected the right group for yourself. So when you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on your timestamps and join me in your reading. Hi, and welcome to everybody who is joining me in the meditation of today's video. I actually want to start this meditation by using my singing bowl. This is more tuned towards your heart chakra, but I have before felt it in my third eye. It is a frequency that I hope will convert through the video, but ultimately it's going to help me guide you into today's meditation. So please give me a little bit of time while I cleanse my space and tune into your frequency. so beautiful. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is the grounding exercise. And to do that, we are going to take 3 deep and slow breaths together. We're going to hold our inhales and exhales for 3 seconds. Now, to make it less confusing, because I know I've been switching it up in the recent videos, I will be counting backwards from 3 to 1 and then guiding you to release or inhale. So this is the point where it would be in your best interest to limit your distractions, get into a comfy position, have the screen positioned so that you don't have to strain to hold it, adjust the brightness of your screen. Some of you like it dim, some of you like it bright. Make sure that it is comfortable and isn't hurting your eyes. Make sure the screen is accessible, but it is natural at this point in the meditation to feel like you don't need to scrutinize every detail that you're seeing. So as we begin our breathing exercise, make sure there are no disturbances or distractions around you. Animals, for example, I have my little puppy around me. Hopefully he behaves, otherwise he'll be leaving this peaceful space. Make sure that you have the opportunity to fully embrace this grounding exercise. And as a group, we're going to take our first inhale. Are you ready? Breathe in and hold it for 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. One more time. Breathe in. 3, 2, and 1. And exhale for 3, 2, and 1. And in this relaxed state, I only want you to focus on my voice. Everything else can naturally melt away. Your vision can become slightly unfocused. You may even wish to close your eyes for this part as I attempt to connect with our spiritual teams, your ancestors, your guides, your important and close working spiritual angels, to make sure that you are connected to a group that has your best, most highest outcome at heart. Spirit, we understand that this is a general reading and that it may not resonate for all of us. We understand that these messages are intended to reach a large audience, but we come today hoping to gain clarity on our circumstances. We are here to seek the most honest, clear, direct, and digestible information. We are asking for your help and assistance in connecting with a group that will do that for us. We call upon our ancestors, our spiritual team, our guides and our angels to help us find a group in today's video that can offer us the most clear, concise, and digestible, helpful information. And so from this moment, if you have your eyes closed, I do want you to open them. Let your eyes fall across the screen. Again, you don't have to scrutinize every information, every piece of detail. It is natural for them to be a bit unfocused, even sort of blurry. But I want you to have a look and notice where your gaze and your interest and your energy is pulling you towards. It could be the colors of the crystals or the cards. It could be the shapes, the objects, the movement. Each of these groups contains information that can be very, very helpful. But we need to find which of these 3 groups is drawing us in the most. Let that pull guide you to your group. And if you don't feel it yet, that's fine. You can either pause the video now or repeat this meditation with me. When you know which of these 3 groups you're feeling most drawn to, click on your timestamp and join me in your reading. Welcome, my group 1s. If you chose the Vapor Trail Cosmos Oracle card or this beautiful jasper crystal, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. We're going to basically get straight into it, my group 1s. I've got to move that's from my last video. That's how unprepared I was to do this reading. I anticipated taking a lot of time off before I was going to film again, but when duty calls, I have to answer. So we're asking Spirit, what is the truth about the person on your mind? The person who was the first person that came to mind when you clicked on this video, group 1. We're trying to get a better perspective for you. I'm going to try to be as objective as I can. I'm going to really take a back seat and just let Spirit take the wheel. We're also trying to get clarity on how this person sees you. At this stage, I don't know if I'll be doing extended readings. That's why I didn't mention it in the intro. If we need to, we will, but we'll see where this reading takes us. So we know that you have the Vapor Trail card. This is an interesting card, group 1, because when accompanied with your grounded energy, we have this immediate friction. Your crystal craves stability. It craves protection. It craves something that would offer a sense of security that this Vapor Trail energy does not. The Vapor Trail energy is the opposite of feeling grounded. The Vapor Trail energy is residue of an adventure, of something taking off and transcending through the atmosphere. And I wonder if there is this level of disconnect between reality and what is. I see that your person may see you as someone that is a little bit out of reach, as though you're a bit of an illusion. There are things about you that come across as mysterious, but you're also this sign of feat and achievement, as I'm drawn to remember what it must have been like to witness the first vapor trail. And even as a child looking at vapor trails left behind from airplanes, it's kind of like a whimsical feeling of being very proud of what we can do as human beings and excited of what we get to do when we get older. So I think that you represent this prize and this far out concept of success and what can happen when things go right. But we do need to unpack the rest of your oracle cards to fully understand what else is going on here. Okay, let's have a look at what card you've got in the Kim Kran's Animal Spirit Guidebook. You have the Lamb. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm seeing a trend now. We want to be protected. We want stability. We want security. And the Lamb is a very youthful energy, a young energy. It's an earth energy in this deck. And to me, it's the energy of spring as well. In this idea of new life, possibility, potential, we're seeing a pattern here in that this person sees you as someone like that. But I'm also feeling that there's this development within them. Spirit saying the truth about this person is they are quite immature. There's a disconnect between what they want and how they act. They've still got a lot to learn, Spirit is saying, like the child that wonders how the planes fly and how they leave the vapor trails. Or the lamb that tastes grass for the first time and wonders what their purpose is here. There's a lot of questioning around what is going on between the two of you, and there's a lack of understanding of what the truth is. I'm going to get this dog out of here, you guys. He's a bit too restless for this energy. Now, full disclosure, that is officially, or this clip will mark my third time trying to film your reading. And I'm noticing a lot of distractions. And it wasn't my intention for that to happen. It's quite late and we don't usually have this many interferences in the household at this hour. So I do wonder if the truth about this person is they may be displaying their best side to you, their optimistic side, their side that is quite naive and maybe trying to see the best in this situation. But it's a side that doesn't seem to be connected to reality, and we'll see what tarot can clarify about that. But before we do that, let's unpack your final oracle cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. We have Woman and Horse, dealings or relationship with a woman, and Horse is short journey. Now, I'm not going to lie, as soon as I saw that Woman card, I thought of someone who is quite respected or someone who really stands out. And like, we wouldn't think to talk about somebody's gender unless it was relevant to the circumstances. This person, I feel, sees you as somebody who definitely stands out, if that's something you were questioning, especially if this is a newer connection, which I can clearly see between the Lamb and the Vapor Trail and the short journey card. I could understand how this might be a newer connection, but I also feel like this is somebody who is still taking notes and taking time to kind of tally up your interactions. And that makes me think of someone who is either trying to come to a conclusion about you or someone who has a decision to make. It's like they're taking notes of everything you say and do to try to understand what they can do next in this situation. With the short journey here, this person may like to travel. They could have a profession associated with travel. They could have recently returned from a journey. The truth about them is they are restless. Spirit saying this is somebody who is definitely trying to figure out where they stand in their own life right now and where they want to be. Group 1, I also feel like this is somebody who is very much trying to have a look at where the grass is greener right now. And I don't mean to say that to alarm you. I kind of want to pull tarot at this moment to just really get some clarity around how they see you and then the truth of who they are to you. So Spirit, tuning into Group 1's energy, how does this person see my Group 1s? How does this person see my Group 1s? We have the 10 of Stars coming out first in the reverse position. Beautiful card. How does this person see my Group 1s? We have the 7 of Stars now, more earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn could be significant. Taurus, Virgo, sorry, or Capricorn. I feel like my mouth just went for Virgo. Okay, we also have the Fool. There's that naivety, that youthfulness. So they see you as someone that I feel is, so they're seeing you as someone that's a bit of a fool. They think that you're naive, that you're youthful, that you have a lot to learn, and that maybe you are an innocent person who is highly impressionable. That's how they think you are. I'm not saying that's how you are though. The Chariot reversed is your final card. And at the back of the deck, I'm also being shown the Two of Cups. So I want you to know that this person sees companionship, partnership, and to a certain degree, the chance to really connect with somebody who is the same, if that makes sense. At this stage, we should not be surprised, but that was the 4th time that I've had to restart your video. Oh my gosh. Okay. So many distractions. What is going on here? How do they see you? There was this immediate message with the 10 of Stars reversed of them feeling like you're unavailable to them. Unattainable was the word. It feels like one of you is moving in a different direction, and that could be a physical thing with the Chariot here. It could be a sign of someone taking a journey somewhere or moving out of a town or a city. taking a job opportunity in a different location, going to school in a different location for some of you, having to move or relocate because of the kids for some of you. It feels like they see you as something that is unattainable in the long term, as though there is a crossover of plans or of futures ultimately, whether that's a conscious plan or whether that's a, well, I just see within your nature that you want different things to me. It's like they imagine that your paths are headed in different directions. But they do see you as someone who is very focused on what is important to you. That feels like it's either your family, your career, or some sort of long-term goal that you've created out of your, out of your values. This person could see you as all of the above. They see you as someone who should be taken seriously. Like you're not someone to mess around with, group one. You're not someone who people should just come in and just sort of keep it casual and fun and light with. You're someone who should be taken seriously. And so they also see you as someone who I feel is onto something bigger and better right now. It feels like you're growing something for yourself that has a lot of potential and that is yet to come into fruition. They see you as a work in progress, as somebody who is getting better and developing themselves. And so I also feel like they see you as this sort of blank slate. And in that way, it does feel uncomfortable calling you this, but they do see you as an innocent, as somebody who is almost this pure person that they can't, I'm hearing you're untouchable. I can't do that to you. I'm also hearing you're too good for me. I just want to do some scrolling because I have this here, but I don't get to use it very often. So let's have a look. Group one. Group one. Let me zoom out for you so you can see what I'm doing. Group one. I'm hearing see me. This person's trying to get your attention. I'm also hearing stop me. Stop me, I'm doing it. Stop me, I'm doing it. This person is doing something that they threatened to do. They threatened to do it and now they're doing it. It's like they said, oh, in Australia there's this thing that we do where it's like you kind of like peer pressure each other into doing things. And I know it's big in other countries too, but I'm Australian, I can only say what I know. But we have this thing where it's like, do it, you won't. And it's like this person felt peer pressured into doing something. Peer pressured. Now that makes me think that you have a similar community. You have a third house connection. And because of that, I'm also thinking of Gemini. And I'm also thinking of the fact that most of your interactions have not been in person recently. I'm thinking that there is a connection here to online and maybe checking up on each other online. I'm also feeling that there's an importance with the number 8 for some of you. This could be the 8th house. This could also have to do with the idea of transformation. You both currently being in a state of metamorphosis, closing one chapter and starting a new one. There was this message of it being inevitable. Inevitable. It was going to happen. It was inevitable. I'm getting that message of growth again. This person sees you as somebody who is onto bigger and better things. They don't want to admit it. It's like a shadow insecurity, but there is a discrepancy between who you are, which is a big, strong, bold, who you are versus how I see myself. So they see you as somebody who is this unattainable energy, but their shadow root insecurity is that they can't hold themselves to the same standard. There is a message from Spirit that this is just something that they need to work on. It's not a case of they get a better job and then they want to come back. It's a case of them not being right within their energy, not within their character, not within their visual comparison. It's nothing about, well, I need more stuff. It's something within themselves that needs to be addressed, and that's not going to change if they get a new career. That's not going to change if they buy that car they talk about. That's not going to change if they wear the clothes that they feel fit with your aesthetic. It's not going to change from a material change, and you need to know that, because you can't just wait for material change with this person. 8th house energy is deep transformation. It's the transformation that really hits us levels deep. So I feel like this person sees you as someone that's up here and they're down here. Their higher self is actually protecting you from them. Their higher self is saying, listen, group one, if I'm not in your life, it's because of I'm probably going to cause you more harm right now than good. I'm trying to set you free. I'm trying to give you a chance to align with a better outcome. If I'm not in your life, it's because I'm doing you a favor. How do they see group one? Wow. You have this sort of fire and ice energy about you. There's this polarity that I'm being shown of like this versus that, just a stark contrast. And I think that it's different enough to work in a logical way on paper, but energetically it's just repelling. You're repelling at the moment, which is frustrating because of this Two of Cups, because we see potential, because we see similarities as well, because we see synergy. Can I say that? Synergy. The idea that you can work together in the way that these two snakes wind around each other without disrupting or interfering with the other's path. We see the potential for synergy, but there's still enough difference to create repulsion. The Chariot is interesting too. I feel like this person sees you as somebody who is moving in a different direction. It's not even about fear. You're just not here anymore is what I'm feeling. So I want to know what the truth is about them now. Spirit, what does group one need to know about this person? What is the truth? What does group one need to know about this person? I have the 5 of crystals. We have the self. What is the truth? We have the 5 of stars reversed, 2 5s. We have the Hierophant reversed, that's the number 5 as well, so 3 5s. And the self card is 22 in this deck. It is a supplementary card, not typical in tarot. We also have the 2 of crystals at the back of the deck. So that's 3 2s and 3 5s, 2 2 2 5 5 5. Interesting. I just want to read a little message from the Animal Guidebook by Kim Kranz, Animal Spirit Guidebook. Because I'm not entirely familiar with this deck yet, I am still helpfully reading messages from the guidebook to add any additional information that I may have missed. And I'm hoping for you there is something peaceful, prophetic, and patient. When in balance, the Lamb represents an energy of knowingness and inner peace. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. The Lamb is a bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. And look, that's on the 7-7 card. So a lot of repeat numbers in this group. How does this person see you? And what is their truth? So in terms of what is their truth, let's move forward. Actually, we've talked enough about how they see you. The Two of Crystals. The truth about this person is they are at a crossroads. They're very indecisive right now. They're very confused. They don't know what to do. And this is just their state of being, sweet. So please don't take it personally. I do believe that their lack of clarity has impacted this connection. And Spirit is very firmly wanting to say that this isn't about you. It's about them. They are indecisive within themselves, which is impacting the choices they make in every aspect of their life. This person needs to figure out what their heart wants and what the information is telling them. Their intuition has been trying to guide them, but this person has been still weighing up the facts. They're weighing things up. They're trying to make sense of this and trying to make sense. They're trying to be practical, Spirit's saying. The truth about this person is they're actually a lot more logical than they let on. They are definitely seeking information, and they do see you as someone that doesn't understand that. The truth is they think that they need to protect you from aspects of their circumstances. Like they haven't told you this, or they haven't told you everything. There are secrets here, Spirit's saying. They're holding things within themselves. Why? I'm hearing they don't want you to carry the weight of the burden. And for others of you, they just don't want to burden you. It doesn't feel like a partnership. It's not fair as well. So in terms of, I'm hearing, what else aren't you telling me? This person thinks you're keeping secrets, group 1. This person thinks it's mutual at this stage, especially if this is new. It's unspoken that obviously there are going to be decisions that you make without involving the other. If this is a long-term thing, it's still for some reason an unspoken agreement. So I feel like the truth is, with the 5 of Crystals, they are somebody who is currently having to choose what is best for them at the expense of you. They're having to put themselves first. And it might not actually be you. I'm so sorry. But for those who are in something with this person, it feels like they're in a win or lose situation and they have to choose themselves. This is very difficult for this person because they don't like to be seen as someone who imparts harsh judgments. But they have to be the bad guy. They have to do this at the expense of another person, taking action that they're not proud of. But their justification is, it's the best thing that I can do for me. I also feel like this person is gatekeeping information. So if they do talk about this decision, they're only telling people what they need to say to make themselves look a little bit better. Because the truth is a lot harsher and it's a lot harder to process and to explain. They don't want to look like the bad guy, so they're going to try to mitigate that data, is what I'm hearing. With the Self card, more selfishness, putting themselves first. And I use that word as an adjective, not as a judgment. Really choosing self. Spending a lot of time trying to connect with self too. This person has probably been isolating themselves, spending a lot of time alone. In any way they can. I'm seeing them sitting on the toilet and spending more time on the toilet than they need just to have some alone time. Some of you, this person is definitely struggling in terms of finding time to be grounded and peaceful. They don't have a lot of time to themselves, so they spend their time wherever they can just trying to get clarity They are working on their confidence right now too, my group ones, trying to understand who they are and what the best version of themselves looks like as well. They are aspiring to be better. And so they're trying to think like, okay, so if I want to be better, what do I need to do? What actions do I need to take? What kind of life would I lead? Their head is in the clouds, Spirit saying. The truth about this person is they are a little bit deluded in that they're not as grounded as they make out. And I think that this isn't even a secret to people that know them. People that know them can see that they've been distracted. I mean, look at how many times we were interrupted just trying to get to this part of your reading. People that know them can tell that they haven't been here. They've disassociated at times and definitely gotten more distracted. They're in their head a lot more. They're shutting down. They're cancelling plans. They're making new plans. They're not telling people everything. Some important people in their life don't even know what they're up to. With the Five of Stars reversed, this is also somebody who has felt like they have alienated themselves, and they're facing a challenge that they believe they're the only ones that can help themselves out of. It could have to do with income, recovering from a loss of income, a loss of a job. Their material circumstances are changing, but they feel like they're responsible for it, or at least they're responsible for the solution. They don't want to burden anybody else. Five Stars reversed also feels like a letdown. They feel like they've let people down in their life. This person may feel like other people look up to them. Siblings, friends, people who follow them for that, whoever that's relevant for. I feel like they've let people down. What is the truth about this person with the Five of Stars, Spirit? I'm seeing like a canopy. So I think things are worse than what they're showing. This, like, the canopy is covering things. It's covering the worst. This person may be trying to flee a situation before the truth comes out, or they may be trying to leave before it gets worse. They may also be telling people one thing, but then doing the other. It's giving kind of Seven of Swords vibes. Like he's saying, I'm going on holidays, but they're actually going to get 3 teeth removed, and they just didn't want to tell anybody that they're 3 teeth less now. It's like a practical thing too, so, and this person does come across as being slightly vain. I don't know, there's something going on here with this person keeping secrets in a superficial way. It's like it actually doesn't matter, but this person thinks it does. So with the Hierophant reversed, there is this feeling of rebellion and trying to break away from a structure or from some sort of conformity especially. This person is definitely seeking answers, but it feels like they've stumbled into some uncharted territory. They could be currently rewriting a lot of their makeup in terms of identity. And we can break down identity in many different ways. I recently did a podcast episode about this, just this little subtle plug. Identity is very deep and multifaceted, and I don't think we think about it too much, but there's a lot that goes into us and how we define ourselves and how we choose to introduce ourselves to other people. This person is changing a lot. They're changing their identity in maybe a religious way for the Hierophant to be here, in a superficial way in terms of their appearance, their location, and how they spend their time. And they're also changing their identity in terms of their values and what they choose to believe in and have faith in. I think Spirit just wants you to know that this person is not in a stable energy. There is a lot of transformative sort of energy here. This metamorphosis theme is coming back. The idea of expansion is coming back. And it's happening in a way that is still very curious and somewhat unhinged. It's not stable. And so I do think that their higher self has created distance between the two of you to make sure that you aren't too severely impacted by this instability. I want to get some closing messages of advice from your higher self. What does group one's higher self? Actually, let's use my deck because I feel like I don't use this deck enough. What does group one's higher self have for them in terms of advice? We got the amazement card. Your higher self is first off wanting to say that they're so proud of you. Your higher self is also saying that what you are doing is impactful, no matter how small the action may seem, no matter how insignificant the time that passes may feel. Every step that you take in the direction that feels like it was a part of a plan you've already made for yourself is helpful, impactful, and important. All progress is important, your higher self is saying, and you deserve to feel celebrated and proud of what you are doing. Spirit is also intervening here to say that you guys may be cutting yourself short by trying to hold on to where this person is going and focus on what they are doing. You have your own path to really be proud of right now, and it's very important that you celebrate everything that you're doing. I think that this is a time to feel very proud and to just recoup and stick to the plan that you already have made for yourself. Information is constantly finding you to help steer you in the right direction and to offer more. I'm hearing a kind of inspiration, but really the goal is just to create a deeper picture. It's almost like every piece of information is another brush stroke of paint on the blank canvas, and over time, it naturally creates a clearer picture. I feel like as you metamorphosize, if that's even a word, you're really creating who you are. And your higher self is strongly encouraging you to keep doing this. Keep on that path and don't stop. Don't distract too much in what this person is doing. Use this reading as a helpful check-in and stick to your plans. So at this point, I am going to do an extended reading because I do want to know what may be helpful for you. I actually want to ask questions for you because I don't know about you, but I have questions. First of all, I'm going to hit record because we're going to play this back in your extended reading to make sure that I cover everything. First of all, group one, why did this person come into your life? What was the reason? We're going to have a look at that. We're going to have a look at what other advice their higher self has for you. And we're also going to get channeled messages from them because they may be hightailing it out of here, but it doesn't mean that it's an easy decision. This person has spent a lot of time thinking and deliberating and balancing out their options and weighing up their information with how they feel and with their intuition. And we have to separate the two because this person associates their intuition with their instincts, with their logical brain, and their feelings are that uncontrollable side of them that just doesn't listen. So we have to have a look at what they want to say to you. We'll pull a card from the tarot now, just to see what else Spirit wants to talk about. Is there anything else we need to cover in group one's extended reading? The Two of Cups. Oh, and then we have the Ace of Cups at the back of the deck. Wow. The Six of Arrows. So you've got the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Arrows. In your extended reading, we also from Spirit need to have a look at the relationship that the two of you will have moving forward. We also need to have a look at new opportunities that you have to connect with like-minded people and a strong, strong partner. If this is not a lover, this will be a friend. It depends on what you're looking for and what energy you're putting out there. So I will explore both options just in case. But I do feel that you are attracting a new companion, group one. And Spirit wants to tell you about them. Spirit wants to tell you why. Spirit wants to tell you how. Spirit wants to tell you what this person will bring. And they also want to tell you who this person is to you and who they are to themselves. They also want to tell you how this person is coming in. So that makes me think that they're coming in a way that I doubt that you're going to miss it, but I think that it's important at this point in your journey that you hear it. So we'll cover that in your extended reading as well. So if the first part of your reading resonated and that sounds like something you want to dive into, the link to your extended reading will be in the description box. Your extended reading is on my website. It is ready to go when you are. So basically, if it's something that you're interested in, be sure to check it out. If this is where you are leaving us, thank you so much for joining me for the first part of your reading. Thank you for being here, for your time, your energy, your support. I appreciate you so, so much. It is a pleasure to read for you. I hope we were able to get helpful messages that paint a big picture, or at least that fill in the gaps and maybe confirm what you already know, to help confirm what you need to do. Please look after your beautiful self. I wish you all the best on your journey moving forward, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi Group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this agate heart or the stratosphere card, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. I'm just going to put your heart up there. So we're asking Spirit today, how does the person on your mind see you and what is the truth about them? We're trying to get some objective clarity, especially if you have been feeling confused about this situation and you just need guidance on what is in your highest interest or what is in your best possible interest, what is the highest possible outcome. So I'm going to start unveiling your oracle cards, and we're going to shuffle tarot as well, just to get a very clear understanding of this person and how they are seeing you, as well as their truth. So stratosphere is interesting. Stratosphere is this energy of there kind of being layers. And so I wonder if, especially with the separation, this person sees you as someone who is at the very least at a distance, or even someone who there are obstacles between the two of you. I'm actually looking at this as a squaring off energy of confrontation, and maybe of there being differences and things that need to be addressed. But we'll get your other cards out as well. Let's move that down a little bit so I know you can see my phone, but we're going to use that later because we're actually going to get messages for your extended reading. So we'll leave that phone close. We also have Otter. Okay, Otter in the reverse position. Is it supposed to be reversed? It's undecided at this stage. I will take it upright, but there is an energy here of it flipping. Okay. We also have Wall, misunderstanding, Feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Well, there's our truth, basically. So let's tune into your energy, Group 2. How does this person see you first and foremost? The thing about this energy is it feels like they know that you are someone that has different sides to you, and they only get to see one side, Group 2. Because I'm getting this juxtaposition of a very loving energy with the Otter, a harmonious partnership of somebody who really wants to be in harmony, someone who's very devoted, caring, playful, fun. And then there's this energy here of misunderstandings, insincerities, and differences. So it does kind of make me think that this person feels like, or they see you as someone who there is a wall between you. They can't quite get to see that precious side to you. They're also seeing you as somebody who shows that to people who can overcome their defense system. So this person believes that this is a test that you like to put people through, especially them in this instance. They feel like it's a test for them to overcome, and they have to do that in order to get closer to you. So I do wonder with this Feather and Wall energy, if this person believes that the situation with you is one that has gotten worse with time. Like maybe in the beginning there was a lot of promise, there was a lot of hope, for there to be this otter energy, this lighthearted exchange. And now they kind of feel like, well, this person is undependable, almost like you've kind of taken that away from them. I really need to pull tarot in at this point. Oh no, we're going to use this tarot deck. I really need to pull tarot in and have a look. So Spirit, how does this person see group 2? How does this person see group 2? How does this person see group 2? Nine of Wands reversed. How does this person see group 2? Strength card. Knight of Swords. There was maybe an argument between the two of you. There's definitely a misunderstanding. They see you as someone who isn't giving them any affection, action. They almost see you holding a grudge. This person sees you as someone who is turned away. At the very least, group 2, because this is a group reading, you have gotten cold towards this person. But at the most, you have had an argument with the Knight of Swords, and differences of opinions or differences in desired action resulted in completely blowing up and deciding, you know what, we're just going to have to agree to disagree, or I'm just going to have to end this here. So I feel like this person sees you as somebody who stuck to their opinions at the furtherment of this connection. They see you as someone who's investing energy and actions into other things. And they also see you with the Strength card as someone who could be very stubborn, but you do stand up for yourself. And you are someone who is really putting self first right now, group 2. You're someone who is really putting a lot of energy into self-development, into being able to get things moving forward for you, and you're not afraid to do that at the expense of other people. I do wonder with this Strength card if a big part of doing this is about proving your point, though, because it feels like you're kind of rubbing it in their face, group 2. I don't think that's the case. That's just how they see you. With the Nine of Wands, there's also really petty energy here. Can I just add? Very petty energy. So this person sees you as someone who's acting petty, but it takes one to know one, right? So like we're embodying that to see that. That's what it feels like on their side. So with the Nine of Wands here, my group 2s, it definitely feels like this person sees you as somebody who your defenses were definitely shown to this person. Like the Nine of Wands can be a wall energy, right? So when it's reversed, it's almost like, well, you've given them this wall, you've shown them that that's where the line is, and now you're no longer investing energy in. This is a card of re-strategizing and feeding energy into a different outcome, into a different direction, and making sure ultimately that you're not wasting your time and your resources on something that is just going to drain you. So I do think with this Nine of Swords reverse that this person sees you as somebody who, when given a shitty situation, like you're just going to make the best out of it. You're just going to do what is best for you, group 2. And you're going to do that regardless of what this person has said to you. They do definitely see you as someone who like is doing this with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, but that's on them. Their perception of you is not, it doesn't have to be your reality. I just feel like they take your success as like a slap in the face. So you definitely made a good thing out of something quite triggering, challenging, or painful with the Nine of Swords reversed. Is there anything else they need to know about how this person sees them, Spirit? They see you as an optimist. which is interesting. Because look at this smile in the reverse position. It looks insincere and almost scary because that knife is right next to her face. So they see you as somebody who, when given adversity, challenge, or information that should stop you in your tracks, you don't stop. You rise to the challenge and you really overcome with a smile on your face for the public eye, regardless of how difficult it is. That's not your toy. Okay, so let's have a look at what else is going on for you. Because I feel called to just double check. Is there any other information you can tell group 2 about this person's mind towards them? The Star. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Oh my gosh. Judgment, Temperance. We also have the 8 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so the other things you need to know is that this person sees you as somebody who reinvents themselves when they get hurt. You are an optimist and they actually admire this quality in you. Like there's actually this feeling of like, I'm actually glad that you got better because like you're kind of healing yourself for the both of us. So there is this feeling of you becoming more successful since whatever happened between the two of you, whatever separation happened, there is this feeling of you becoming better. And it feels like you do inspire this person. And that's where stratosphere comes in play again. Although it represents that distance, it's also that balance of those two forces being at one end to be able to balance the energies. So it feels like they are grateful for the experience because they can recognize the individual amount of success that you had to acquire from the separation. They do also see you as somebody who, when you're given a rejection, like you still find an opportunity. And they were hopeful that whatever letdown in terms of whatever rejection was experienced, that you would be able to grow from there. I feel like there is this separation in terms of how they expected you to grow though. They thought it was going to take some time. They thought maybe you were going to have to mess around and get your heart broken a little bit more, or just kind of like you were really rough around the edges. And so how could you have molded yourself into something from that? And I think it didn't take as long as they were expecting. Like they realize now that they probably brought out parts of you that were very rough and challenging, and in separation you were able to work through a lot more. They also see you as someone who is better when you're away from each other. Like you do better in separation. They do see you as a little bit of a missed opportunity, but they also recognize now that so much water is under the bridge, there's no point in really extending anything at this point. They do see you as somebody who forced a harsh sort of realization onto them. There was definitely this feeling of like, wow, this is definitely a lesson learned in my book, and moving forward I got to be more careful of that, and I need to be a little bit more aware of this. And I feel like they learned a lot about themselves, but they also have certain prejudice now towards people who are similar to you, people who have similar personalities, or people who behave in a similar way, like to how you did, not to who you actually are, because I feel like they only saw your defense mechanisms from where I'm standing. But when they see people react the way that you did, they just kind of get really put off, and they're like, ugh, no way, no thank you, don't make me go through that again. Last but not least, I do feel like they avoid everybody and anybody who reminds them of you, because there is this bittersweet feeling over how things worked out, or didn't work out, should I say. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's keep moving forward. We'll have a look at the truth of this person and this situation that you're in. So Spirit, what can you tell us first about this person? What is the truth about this person? What is the truth about this person? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. What is the truth? We have the High Priestess. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, so it's kind of obvious from where I'm standing that they were never supposed to be the one to give you what you need. They were always going to be a bit of an energy vampire. They were going to be someone who takes and who gives you a lesson in your emotional well-being and how you choose to put your feelings towards the people around you. I do think that this was always going to be something that was a letdown, a disappointment, and at the very most, something that may have like broken your heart. But at the very least, it was going to be a disappointment because we did have expectations coming into it, and those expectations were very quickly changed and proven wrong. So the truth about this person is they were supposed to be like a temporary experience on how to be a better judge of character when it comes to how you invest your free time and how valuable your time is with the Two of Pentacles. There was a lesson here on timing and recognizing that when warning signs are shown or red flags are shown around differences in interests, differences in opinions, we have to kind of honor that because it is highlighting certain irreconcilable differences that put us at odds instead of on the same team. So I feel like this person was a lesson in how you invest your energy and your valuable resources, including time. This was also a person who was kind of there to show you how to prioritize importance in life. And if you put these things on a pedestal, they will just destructively ruin a lot in a very short amount of time. I feel like this person could have really sort of like frayed your nerves a little bit and really got on your nerves or made you very anxious at one moment. They could have also made you feel like you had to sort of, like you had done something wrong. They may have made you think that, you know, you're the one that kind of single-handedly caused all of this. And I do think that at the end of the day, there was a lot to clean up after this person. They definitely were about you connecting more to your instincts and to your intuition and trusting those feelings when you meet new people and when situations with existing people start to go south. Trusting what you feel and following that feeling, whether it's a gut feeling or an intuitive feeling. I feel like your higher self is now really a lot more what's the best word? Like aware, or you're more aware of them. You're more connected and aware of how this feels now, especially. But I think with the High Priestess being here, there's also this message of the two of you letting things be a mystery, like not always needing to know everything, because the High Priestess does represent the in-between and us having a finger on the pulse without needing to kind of inspect a situation with a fine-tooth comb. I think there was an interesting message here of, well, sometimes it's just better not to know for some of you, and sometimes it's just better to sit back and wait for the right information to find you instead of trying to seek it out and force it to happen the way that you want it to. It's like you learned a lesson in just being able to take a back seat and let life take the wheel type of thing, so that you're not forcing things to happen. With the Four of Pentacles too, though, the truth about this person is I do think that they are someone that is quite, like they have layers, and it's hard to really, unless you can kind of fit into their weird little games, like it's hard to kind of get beneath all of those layers. It's hard to really see them for who they are. They probably have layers to them that are really hard to unlock. And I think that they do keep a lot to themselves, and they're very selective about who they open up to. And I think that they have a very thick skin as well. So they assume that other people do. They may really know how to dish it out. they just give me this energy of I'm under lock and key. So it does make me think that this person is incredibly secretive or just very sort of closed off in general and very good at keeping their true self away from direct sort of damage. So when you think you kind of get this person, you don't really. You're just getting one of their layers. And then with the Four of Wands reversed, I also just feel like the truth about this person is the thing about what you went through with them is I think that like with the Four of Wands reversed, you weren't supposed to ever get too comfortable. It was always supposed to be a learning experience, one that offers a lot of growth, one that offers a lot of instability, a lot of friction, changeable energy, excitement at times. Maybe sometimes you felt really sort of enthralled to like pursue this energy, but it was always like damaging. It was always supposed to be abrasive and disruptive, and it was supposed to get you out of a comfort zone and to really show you like you got to pick your poison wisely, basically, and not in the sense of liquor, in the sense of defense mechanisms, coping mechanisms, attraction mechanisms, like everything. You have to choose the energy you use wisely or it will literally be poison. So I do think that this person showed you how important your otter energy is, that loving sort of desire for harmony and playful relationships that are very genuine and sincere. This person definitely showed you how special that is and how you can't just automatically have that with everybody, especially on a friendship level, let alone on anything deeper than that. So I do just quickly want to get a message from this person's higher self, and then we'll get some advice for you and some messages about your extended reading. Have a look what we're going to talk about in your extended reading. What does Group 2's person's higher self want Group 2 to know? We have strength. What does this person's higher self want Group 2 to know? Okay, we have the Sun, a lot of Leo energy. We have the Eight of Wands, a lot of Leo energy. Anything else? The Moon. Okay, and then at the back of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. Let me move this over a little bit so you can see it a bit better. Okay, so this person's higher self is saying, take the direction that you're moving in and just keep moving forward. You've done really well for yourself, and now is the time to focus on yourself. There is this feeling of no hard feelings, but listen, take that with a grain of salt. Their higher self is saying on our end, like it's honestly, it's something that our egos need to learn how to let go of and move forward from. There's a strong message here about ego and really letting pride get in the way and letting the principle of the matter get in the way and just sort of doing tit for tat out of spite. Their higher self is saying at this point in time, the only thing that actually matters is your happiness and your ability to be wholly focused on self in a way of empowerment, in a way of development, and in a way of, I just want to be in a better place with my mental health and with how I see myself. And I've got to recognize that my worth is not determined by external energies, even if it does rattle me when they treat me certain ways. Their higher self is trying to encourage you to keep feeding energy into yourself and to keep that energy very focused on self-development, only because their higher self is trying to do the same thing for them. And the more that we look over our shoulder at what they're doing, the less we're able to focus on ourselves and really advance for the betterment of ourselves. So with the Moon card here in the upright position, their higher self is saying there's a lot that you don't know about this person. There's a lot that you didn't get to see in terms of their emotional self, in terms of their deeper feelings, and in terms of how they see themselves. This person actually has a lot of insecurities, and they have a lot of secrets. They have a whole other side to them that hardly anybody gets to witness. There's also this message here of this person being incredibly good at reading people. And they know how to do that as a defense mechanism, because they like to cast shadows of doubt on others instead of drawing attention to themselves. They come across as very prideful too. That message keeps coming back. Very prideful. Public scrutiny. So this person cares a lot about what other people think. But their higher self is saying at this point in time, you're better protected when you're moving away from each other. Keep moving forward with the Knight of Swords. Keep moving forward. It's almost like do it quickly. Like if you have a decision that you're making that would put you at a further distance from this person, make that decision and do it quickly. The Eight of Wands. Their higher self is saying that you were a very valuable part of this person's learning experiences. You're a very valuable part of this person developing themselves and understanding parts of themselves and really just figuring out what they want to do in life, because I see that Eight of Wands as purpose, passion, and direction. It's like this person needed to be triggered to take action. What is that message of communication? The Five of Wands reversed. I feel like this person still thinks about something that you said to them and it bothers them a lot. They take it very personally because it showcases something that they never fully healed from their past, from when they were a child maybe, or from a previous relationship. It's an insecurity within this person. Death, yeah. Everything expires. That's the thing. Their higher self is saying like things were never supposed to really get to a point where it was comfortable and stable and easy. Like, nah. This was somebody who was always supposed to be at odds to you. Group 2. So let's get some advice from your higher self now, and then we'll have a look at what we're covering in your extended reading. Okay. What advice are we getting? The tea leaves. Okay. What does Group 2's higher self want to say as advice? What advice does Group 2's higher self have? Oh, okay. So we have nest, we have boat, and we have tortoise. Interesting, Group 2. Your higher self is saying, first of all, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Stay close to loved ones at this time and really focus on what feels important to you right now. Focus your energy on recuperating with people that make you feel safe and in environments that make you feel safe. It is okay to just keep things low key and simple right now because you are recovering. Your higher self is also saying money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. So with this boat energy, you have good fortune coming your way. It feels like it's tangible fortune. It could also be about traveling to get good fortune. If you do have travel booked, I see that working out to be very successful and lucrative for you. Moving away for work would be very lucrative for you right now. But I also think that you have opportunity coming your way that is going to be very helpful. You moving towards it could be more helpful if that's something you had already thought about or planned to do. But I definitely see good fortune coming your way. Your higher self is saying with the tortoise energy here, slow but surely getting ahead. Your efforts are being recognized by the universe, and what you're doing to create success for yourself, either internally, emotionally, physically, materialistically, it's all adding up, slow and steady, but you are definitely getting ahead. It does feel like this is confirmation to continue doing that. Give yourself time. Don't force it to happen overnight. It is about just consistency at this stage, one foot in front of the other. Your higher self is very, very proud of you, Group 2. And there's this strong feeling of just wanting to acknowledge your effort, acknowledge your actions, and acknowledge the fact that you're doing so well. And you've already come quite a ways, but there is still more to go. So don't burn yourself out by pushing yourself to do all of this overnight. Give yourself time. Let's see what we're covering in your extended reading now. Spirit, what would you like me to talk about in Group 2's extended reading? What would you like me to talk about in Group 2's extended reading? We have the Five of Wands. Oops. What would you like me to talk about? We have the Magician. And we have the Hanged Man with the Lovers at the back of the deck. So this is very Mercury energy. I'm just going to pull out my voice recorder and we're going to record this because I will play my voice recorder back to make sure that I'm covering everything in your extended reading. So let's get into it, Group 2. In your extended reading, we're going to talk about this Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is a card of combative, sort of competitive energy, a feeling of differences, conflict, and even things being very difficult. Feeling like we have to really assert ourselves in order to get to where we need to go. It could feel like battling someone in order to get our desired outcome. Spirit wants to talk to you about asserting yourself for the right reasons and where you're pushing is taking you, because you have had to do that previously and you may be doing that now, pushing yourself, competing with other people and having to assert yourself to get your desired outcome. We need to get advice for you about that as well, and just confirmation on where it is taking you and whether this is the right course of action. I think with that card being upright, it is. And I think big part of it is about proving yourself to you, but also to other people, and standing up for yourself where necessary. Now, with the Magician card, we also need to talk about communication and the fact that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just say the right thing at the right time. Spirit is saying this Magician card is about using your words and maybe connecting on the right platform or in the right circumstances with the right person to gain an opportunity that you're currently seeking. There's a strong message here of that leading to a big decision. But I do think that in the immediate future, this is about having that boost of confidence in how you talk to be able to bluff your way through a situation and gain success. I want to ask whether this is about relationships, a job opportunity, or what. So we're going to figure out what that is. I do see you being very powerful in that moment and creating a big opportunity out of being able to basically talk yourself through it and really talk yourself up in that moment. With the Hanged Man here, Group 2, we also need to talk about you feeling stuck emotionally and how to get out of that feeling, how to get things flowing again, and whether there's anything you can do or what advice the universe has for you in general. So if that feels like something that may be helpful and that may resonate, the link to your extended reading is in the description box. To clarify, that link will take you to my extended readings page. You then have to select your reading. So you are Group 2 of the What is the Truth About This Person reading. So make sure you select the right group, please. A lot of people have gotten really confused about that recently. So just make sure that you find the right group. You can swipe across if you're on a mobile or scroll down if you're on a desktop. Thank you so much, Group 2, for all of your time, your energy, support right here on YouTube. I appreciate you for being here. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it did at the very least confirm what you already know. And I hope we were able to get some helpful messages for you on your journey. It's been a pleasure to read for you, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi, my Group 3s, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this beautiful crystal with all the layers or the supernova card, then this is going to be your reading. Welcome. So Group 3, in today's video, we're asking Spirit, what is the truth about the person on your mind and how do they, see you? So we're going to tune in. I am going to be doing some intuitive scrolling as well. I only did this for one other group. I just did it when I felt called to. And I do think that we have some messages for you if we do that. So we're going to make sure we take advantage of that. I do just want to lay your cards out first though, and kind of tune into your energy, because I am feeling like there's something about with this crystal and supernova, there being some sort of change to the status quo in this group. This card indicates a process that has continued. This crystal indicates a process, my price tags. that has continued and been repeated over many days, years, times, months. Like, we're looking at something that has been obstructed though because of the supernova. So where this process has been continual, we're also looking at, with the supernova, something that has disrupted that and changed that. So let me put this card down with your crystal in the middle, and we'll start to lay out your other cards as well. You guys also got the lizard card. Interesting. You also have the teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. You also have March, and you have September. So what do I feel about this? I personally believe that what is happening, let's pull this down so you can see it a bit clearer until I need to scroll. So I believe that the truth about this person is they may be feeling things for you that they weren't expecting to feel. There is this shift of something. And the thing that I know about March and September is they are transitionary sort of seasons. In terms of, I don't know if this is how other people's brains work, but I kind of see like summer and winter as very like cardinal seasons of sudden and drastic bursts of energy, where we have ice blasts and snow and very cold to going to very hot, and that kind of energy in both respects is very polarizing and very extreme. But the transitionary months and the transitionary seasons of autumn and spring kind of give us that ability to slowly work ourselves into those extremes. So with September and March here in Australia, that is very much autumn and spring. So I know that that's different in the northern hemisphere, and I don't think it really matters because they're both here. Autumn and spring are both here to kind of tell us that this person sees you as someone that has made some pretty big changes within them and also within your own life. I feel like the two of you are transitioning in some way. This connection is transitioning some way. And I'm almost getting that this person is seeing you with a new sort of urge, a new passion. So I'm curious to know what Tarot has to say about that as well. And we're going to delve into those key questions respectively, having a look at first how they see you and then what is the truth about them. But the other thing I'm picking up with this person is I think that they like to keep a lot of this radicalization internal. They don't want to share it. They don't want to make out like it is this big grand thing. They want to kind of keep it to themselves, and they want to pretend, with the supernova card being so dark, that it isn't as impactful as it is. And I don't think that's malicious. I just think that it is quite a big shift in energy. And there is that vulnerability of being able to show you how huge of an impact that is. So they don't want to kind of reveal all their cards. I'm hearing they want to keep their cards close to their chest. So let me pull my journal out and let's have a look for my group threes. What is the truth of this connection? I'm hearing truth. So I feel like the truth of this connection is something they spend a lot of time thinking about. This person is up at night. Night is especially pivotal for you. I'm also seeing a lot of stars. So I feel like this person enjoys looking at the sky and thinking about you. You guys may have worked at nighttime together for some of you. March and September could be similar months, but I'm also noticing this trend with the factors of 3. So the number 3 could be important to you. I'm also hearing Aries March. So Aries March could be significant. Something could have happened in Aries season, specifically the March month. This lizard energy is very skittish. So I think that lately this person may be hard to pin down. I think that they see you as somebody who is very dynamic. You're moving, you're making things happen for yourself. I also think that they see you as someone that does have layers and they feel like they're on your inner layer. So they think they know you pretty well. They think they know you better than a lot of people. This person feels like they have a deep friendship with you. They also feel like what you have is kind of beyond labels. I do get a same-sex vibe in this group, but obviously that's not going to apply to all of you. I'm getting that this person is just incredibly attached to you, group 3. There's this strong feeling here of you changed my life for the better. What else can you tell us about how they see group 3, Spirit? How do they see group 3? I'm hearing you're complicated. You're complicated. You could have air sign placements, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in your rising, your North Node, or your Mercury. I don't think you're an air moon, but it just feels like if you are, then your air moon is squaring off against your Mercury, because it's kind of like you're complicated to get to know. You present in different ways. You're not a straightforward person. And I think that they feel quite proud of the fact that they've gotten to see other sides of you that other people haven't. How else do they see my group 3s? They see you as someone that really lights up the room. That's what it feels like. You light up the room. You shine. Look, that star and the supernova, you shine. You shine. You also have a lot to offer. I just feel like this person, there's this energy of wanting to covet you. Like they don't want other people to fully see who you are and what you have to offer. They almost like, maybe it's a jealousy thing. It's almost like I just don't want them to be coveted by other people. So it's this energy of like, you're amazing, you're special, you shine very bright, but they also kind of hope that somebody else doesn't see that and steal you. So there is this feeling of insecurity here. Insecurity. They almost feel like they don't have you entirely. I need to get some tarot now. I need to get some tarot. Let's figure out what else is going on here. How does this person see my group 3s? How does this person see my group 3s? We have the 7 of Cups. How does this person see my group 3s? We also have the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles. Can I get one more card, please? How else do they see my group 3s? And we have the 9 of Wands with the 9 of Swords reversed at the end here. So how do they see you, group 3? This 9 is very significant. We've gotten September, 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands. So 9 and 3s. I feel like this 9 is symbolic of getting a do-over with you. It's interesting because we have all odd numbers. So there is a lot of friction, actually. They see you as someone who you're currently fighting your own battles, and they want to be a part of that. They want to kind of be a part of the, what's the best word? Troubleshooting side, I guess. The side that gets to be on the inside is what it feels like. Because I'm seeing that this person almost feels a little bit left out, especially with the 5 of Pentacles and the 2 9s reversed. They definitely feel like you're fighting your own battles right now, and they think that you're faced with a lot of choices and options. And when it comes to people, they think that you're very likable. They think that you have a lot of options, and they also think, group 3, that you're someone who you get to be choosy. You don't have to sort of rush or settle into it. They do see you as somebody who feels like an underdog, like you kind of feel like you may have to prove yourself. But I also get that there's people around you who are treating you like they have something to prove to you. So with the Five of Pentacles reversed, I do think that there's this energy here of, group 3 is definitely transitioning. They're probably in a chaotic energy right now, but it's temporary. They're moving and making changes to better themselves. And there's this sense of being proud, or at least very aware that you've had to kind of put a lot of effort into this, and that you've had to really think about doing things in a way where maybe you didn't have any mentors or role models, or maybe you just kind of had to do it yourself and go in the dark a little bit and dig deep. With this Nine of Wands reverse, it's like you had to really think about doing things differently. And it wasn't easy, like maybe sacrifices were made, maybe you had to put your pride aside and just sort of put your head down and do it. They see you as someone who's incredibly resilient, and you only change directions. You don't really give up. You're someone who's had to make some pretty big choices about your future, and you've had to confront some pretty hard truths in order to humbly accept this new road ahead, because they do see you as someone that is in some degree struggling, but they think that you're doing an amazing job at overcoming the adversity that you're facing. So this person is very proud of you, but it also feels like they're very aware of the fact that your life isn't easy right now. And they see you as someone who is very focused on the options that you have in front of you and the choices that you have to make. I feel like this person also sees you as someone that's physically strong, group 3. Take that as it resonates. But I was seeing like a workout session, so they think that you're very physically strong. They may think that you are struggling a little bit financially. They may be thinking that you're making some changes to your financial situation right now, that you're going through transitions and changes. But I think that they also think, with these two nines reversed, that your hand was kind of tied, like you had to do this. It wasn't something that you would have chosen for yourself, but it was very much a fact of, well, to make things easier, this is what I need to do. We can't keep going the way that we're going. I'm using the information that I have to make my life easier and to make the changes that I need to. Is there anything else you can tell us about how this person sees my group 3s? We have energy, black hole, synchronous rotation, too many cards, just one more card. How else does group 3's person see them? Okay, the spiral, and we have light curve at the back of the deck. So what I can tell you, group 3, is this person does see you as someone who may be slowly outgrowing them. They definitely see you as someone who's more focused on themselves, or should be more focused on themselves. They see you as somebody who is definitely breaking out of some sort of pattern, some sort of comfort zone, or some sort of cycle. You're changing things up for yourself, and you're having to kind of do things in the dark. You don't really seem to know what you're doing. It's a little bit scary almost to watch, is what I'm feeling. Like this person is almost like afraid to look at you and check up on you and know what you're doing. But at the same time, they feel like you're handling it really well, and they admire the amount of energy that you're putting into this. They feel like you saved yourself from a very unfortunate situation, or you were able to make the most out of an unfortunate situation. They really feel like you turned something around for yourself, and you've got the chance now to get back on track and to do some pretty exciting things. They may think that you lead an alternative lifestyle, or that you just kind of do things against the grain, but it could also just be that you're going through a lot right now, and that you're feeling very challenged right now too. So I do think with light curve reversed, this person may also feel like you aren't wanting everybody to know what you're going through. Like you might be trying to keep it secret. You might be trying to hide how much you've been experiencing adversity or how challenging it has been for yourself. That's what it feels like. They see you as someone that's just quietly doing a lot in the background. So let me bring up the other tarot deck and we'll ask what the truth is about this person now in your life. What is the truth about them? For my group threes, what is the truth about this person? What is the truth about this person? We have the Two of Swords. What is the truth? We have the Death card. We have the Six of Wands. Oops, we got some cards on the ground. Sorry, Papalicious. Thank you. Good boy, you are. Okay, we have the Five of Swords, and I'm only going to take the Seven of Wands. I will peek, though. The Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Interesting. So I kind of feel like the truth about this person is they may have to be somebody that you have to walk away from in order to do what is best for you. They may be somebody who is a part of your change and almost a catalyst that helps inspire you to make a decision for yourself. And they may show you through their actions or lack of actions that at the end of the day, you've always got to choose what is best for you. I feel like things with them were not always supposed to be about them. They were supposed to be a helpful ally, an addition, but they could never make the big decisions for you. They were always supposed to be there to help you bounce information off, but they weren't supposed to be the decision maker. And I think that this is someone who was supposed to provoke some pretty deep, meaningful questions. They were supposed to be somebody that you want to kind of bounce things off of and go like, what about this? What about that? But they weren't supposed to be the one who makes those choices. And with the Death card here, I also get this message that this is somebody who you were supposed to go through a transformation with. It was supposed to feel like you were losing something and you were having to kind of end a major cycle or chapter in your life while also preparing for something new. They were supposed to be there in your life at the time of metamorphosis, of renewal for you, which was going to ultimately restructure and reshape your relationship to each other. With the Six of Wands here, I believe that this is somebody who you were going to experience a great amount of support from. Maybe there was this sense of them really being a cheerleader for you, somebody who could really boost your ego and say, you know what, group three, I'm so proud of you. You're doing really well for yourself. They were supposed to be in your corner as a cheerleader, as someone that makes you feel seen for the effort that you're putting in, recognized for the energy that you're putting in. And they do on their end, from how they see you. They see you as a trailblazer, somebody who's really investing a lot of energy into some pretty challenging situations. They were always supposed to be a supporter, a spectator, somebody who could stand offside and go group three, like you got this, keep going. With the Seven of Wands reversed, I do believe that this person is someone who was not meant to fight your battles for you, though. They weren't meant to be in the main character box with you. They weren't meant to be the one who does everything for you. They were meant to be the one who you could look to as a catalyst for support and information. But ultimately, when it came to actually doing things, or when it comes to doing things, you're the one who's responsible. And only you can really do this. This could be someone who inspires you to tackle those big challenges despite feeling like an underdog and despite feeling like things are falling apart or becoming increasingly difficult for yourself. With the Seven of Wands reversed, I do feel like this person believes you are somebody who has a lot of untapped potential, but they may also be somebody that likes to protect you from hurting yourself. And so the only way you truly get things done is by doing it without them. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands here, I also feel like this is somebody who really puts you on a little bit of a pedestal, or just sees the best qualities in you and will ultimately want what is best for you. So they will go along with your ideas and really sort of feed energy into your new ideas and whatever it is that you're excited about. But I do think with the Ace of Wands here, they're always there for the early stages. They're not supposed to be there when it comes to the changes required, the choices that need to be made. This person kind of just stands in your corner and is a supporter without being a leader for you. So that is the truth about them. I want to see what your higher self wants to say about them too. Do we have any messages from Group 3's higher self? Any advice on this person and their connection to them? We have Manipulate, Borderline by Tame Impala. Any other advice? Okay. We also have Love. And at the back of the deck, we had Pensive. So, in terms of advice from your higher self, when it comes to this person, there is this need to kind of embrace them for who they are, for the sake of being able to embrace the genuineness in that, in their character, trying to make them fit into who you want or need them to be is where you're going to notice a lot of strains on this relationship, because there is an unconditional attachment style that this love seems to have to mold into in order to be successful. This person cannot be your ideal problem solver at all moments in time. So it's very important that you're aware of manipulation and being either consciously or subconsciously manipulative towards each other's love for one another. I feel like this person does care about you, but they don't want to live your life for you. They want you to live your life, and they want to make sure that you are making these choices for yourself. So if we manipulate them into being more of an instigator or leader of our lives, we're ultimately compromising who they really are and how they were meant to love us. So Spirit is almost saying the two of you need to really just accept each other for who you are, hold that space of compassion for each other's differences, and really just focus on all the healing that comes out of being able to complement each other through your differences. I do think that there is a lot of care here between the two of you, and I do think that there could be a lot of peace because you do offer each other a safe space amongst all of that transition and all of that chaos. There is a lot of love, and that with that comes this almost peaceful separation from the chaos that could be happening through your transformation right now. There's also this message from your higher self about being able to stay on the same page with this person by understanding when they trigger you, where that trigger is stemming from, and really making sure that you're checking in with yourself before you kind of blow up in their face. This is not to gatekeep your emotions and to just pretend to be somebody that you're not. Please don't get that confused. I do think that authentic, open, expressive communication is vital in meaningful, deep relationships. You should not be gatekeeping the uglier emotions. But definitely, if you are upset, if you are angry, if you are sad, if you're frustrated, identify the root cause and then communicate that. Say, I feel angry because of this. I am frustrated because of that. An unhelpful way of communicating it would just be to scream abuse and yell in their face without knowing why you feel this way. So their higher self is saying this is the kind of relationship that can only really work when we are strongly connected to our feelings and when we're able to process where those heavier feelings are coming from, to be able to communicate that as well. Moving forward though, I do feel like you're at a space where love is definitely trying to help you through whatever you're transitioning through right now. You are attracting a lot of helpful, healing, empathetic, caring people. And I do think your higher self is saying just be open to support right now. If somebody wants to help you, please let them help you. If somebody wants to offer you any form of assistance, please let them do that. And if somebody is trying to get on the same page as you when it comes to whatever your dreams and goals are right now, make sure that you're identifying how they can support you or what they need to know to be an active supporter in your life. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Let us have a look at what we're covering in your extended reading. Oh my gosh, I have so many apps open. Okay, I'm going to shuffle some cards. I will be recording your extended reading, my group 3s, because I do want to make sure that we don't miss anything. And I'm playing that recording back in your extended reading. So what should we be covering in group 3's extended reading? We have the 7 of Cups. What else should we be covering? We have the Emperor. I will take him upright, but he is not happy. He is not happy. Okay. What else? What else should we be covering? All right. Let me just put these back. And we're going to take that top card, the Star card. The back of the deck, we have the 2 of Cups reversed. Okay, hopefully I can say this all before my camera runs out of recording. We'll see how we go, group 3. All right, so in your extended reading, I actually want to talk about this 2 of Cups reversed first. We're going to talk about why you two are not on the same page right now and what this means for your connection. We're also going to be talking about what you need to know about your emotional well-being right now, what is in your best interest, and what advice you may need to help work through this separation that you could be feeling, whether it is a physical separation or an emotional separation of having a difference of opinion or a difference in needs right now. We also need to talk about the 7 of Cups, my group 3s. The 7 of Cups is about choices. What are your choices? What is in your best interest? And what does your heart want you to do with that 7 of Cups? With the Emperor, we also need to talk about taking accountability and having that fine line between doing what you need to versus surrendering control of what you can't do right now. So there is this message here of trying not to take on too much at once, but by all means stay in action mode. So we need to get advice on that. We need to look at what is helpful to know about that. What should you be doing? What shouldn't you be doing? I think you're doing a really good job. So I think if anything, this card is just confirming that what you're doing is good enough. And if you do feel like you're not doing enough, then maybe we need some more advice or some more information on that. I do feel like you're in the driver's seat for a reason. And I mean, I'm getting a strong sense of direction and purpose. So I feel like we're just going to be confirming a lot with that card. Now, last but not least, the Star card. Let me reset my camera real quick. So this Star card is about you being able to work through a issue that may feel recurring. In order to really situate yourself in a present mindset that is optimistic about your future, you need to recover and heal some sort of issue from your past that seems to be haunting you in your present. This Star card is talking about working through pain from your past. So we're going to have a look at what that is, what do you need to know about it, and is there anything else that they can tell us about your near future that could be helpful with this Star card here. So that's what I'm seeing for you, my group 3s. If the first part of your reading did resonate, and that extended reading sounds helpful, the link to your extended reading is in the description box. Click on it and join me when you're ready. Now, the thing about that link is, I need to be very clear, that link will take you to my extended readings page on my website. It is up to you to select the right group before purchasing it. Please make sure you click on the right group. You are group 3 of the What is the Truth About the Person on Your Mind reading. Make sure you select the right group before you purchase it. Now that I've gotten that little spiel out of the way, I do want to thank all of you for being here on YouTube to support me, this channel, this community. I hope we're able to get clear, honest messages for you, Group 3. I hope we're able to really confirm what you may already know, but also illuminate more of the shadows that have been causing uncertainty or even stress. It's been a pleasure to read for you, Group 3. And who knows, maybe we'll cross paths in the future. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.